Hi, guys. It's your girl, Monique Malabet, known as First Lady Realty on social media. And I want to say thank you and welcome. Thank you for tuning in today. Welcome to the Steps to Home Ownership. So, for all of you who are first time home buyers, I want to say congratulations. If you're a second time home buyer, congratulations as well, because that means you're turning into a mini investor, and that's pretty exciting. So, thank you for tuning in. Some of you guys are here today because maybe you were referred by a friend. Some of you guys, maybe you just found me online. Either way, I want to go ahead and talk a little bit, just tell you a little bit about myself, a little bit about my background. Uh, my name is Monique Malabet, like I mentioned before. I'm a real estate agent. I'm also a small time investor, I like to call myself. I first got into real estate back in 2011 when I bought my first property. Bought my first property shortly after graduating college. And the main reason why I did that is because my professor was really great. In my senior year of college, I took a real estate course, not really thinking it's going to turn into a blossom into a full blown career, but I just took it for general knowledge. My professor was great. He really preached on just, investing and investing while you're young, while you have limited debt, and also because you're able to build up that equity and have some like equity and some appreciation in your home and possibly use it for retirement. So when I first bought my properties right after I graduated, and I kind of thought about that. So that's how I got into real estate. Small time investor. Fast forward a couple years later, I end up getting licensed, relocating to DC, end up getting licensed in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And I've been able to successfully help over hundreds of people with buying their home. And I also was able to buy a couple more properties myself. So now I have a couple investment properties, and I particularly use them as a buy and hold. So that's about my background. Let's go ahead and dive into the home buying process. So, the first initial step I would say when it comes to the home buying process is to go ahead and meet up with your real estate agent. Why do you want to meet up with your real estate agent? Because they're going to educate you about the home buying process, the overall process. They're going to go deeper than what I'm going to go today. The next thing they're going to do, they're going to tell you about the current market. The current market, wherever you're trying to buy at, it's essential that you understand what's going on in the market. If you don't have that understanding, or at least get a second education or opinion on the market, because it's only helpful. It's going to help you go through the process much smoother and possibly like a little bit faster as well, depending on what your time frame is. But overall, the process will be a lot smoother when you understand the process. Another thing a real estate agent will do is help you review those contracts and forms when you do find the house that you really like. People tend to forget that, outside of house hunting, there's still a whole process that happens to get under contract and to get closed. And with that entire next few process, it requires a lot of documents and forms that need to be reviewed, understood, and then signed by both parties. So your real estate agent, when you meet with them, I typically like to go over the forms up front so you're not shocked when you find your house. The last thing I want you to do is be nervous about the documents and forms. I would like for you to be well informed on what you're signing in advance. And lastly, your real estate agent should help you with your wants and your needs. They should review, your real estate goals and, help you in terms of, you know, confirming that it's achievable. And if it's not achievable, what it would take for you to achieve, those wants and needs that you may have. All right. So once you've completed that, the next step would be to go ahead and start talking with a mortgage lender. It's very, very essential to get pre-approved and to go over your overall finances. Why? Well, I want to say the main reason why you want to get pre-approved is because the seller will not even look at your offer or even consider you a serious buyer. Sometimes they won't even let you in their house without having that pre-approval letter. It all depends on, the seller and the property. But I like to tell people just get it out the way first, because the lender will help you understand and give you a really good, strong estimate of how much you need to bring for down payment, how much you're going to need for closing costs. That's a cost that a lot of people forget about. I know even second time home buyers, they've purchased before and they're like, hey, Monique, I want to buy again. people tend to forget that the closing cost is not automatic. Like the seller is not, they're not obligated to pay your closing costs. So the mortgage lender will help you go over how much you need for your down payment, your closing costs. They will also go over the loan products with you, because the loan products all depends on how much money you have saved, and also what you would prefer to pay monthly. They're also going to go over the interest rates. Interest rates are very important because your interest rates can make the difference of you paying $100 or $100, $100 more or $100 less on a specific house. And the price doesn't even have to change. If the interest rates goes up, you could easily pay $100 or $200 more on a home, and for example, 300,000 with an interest rate at 3.5% or interest rate at 4%. There's a huge difference in your what your monthly payment would be. So it's very important for you to review that with your mortgage lender and have an understanding of why, why the interest rate is what it is. And a lot of outside factors do depend on your interest rates, such as what's going on in the economy. So just keep that in mind. But there's going over your financials and going over it with the mortgage lender is very important, because they'll break down all the fees, how much money you need to come up with overall, and they'll also, try to strategize with you and come up with that perfect mortgage amount that you would prefer to see. So once you've gotten pre-approved, now you can start house hunting. The fun begins. Because I know this is a part that everybody wants to do. You see, I know we've all seen HGTV, so I know we all get excited. Like, let's go house hunting. People call me all the time and say, "Hey, Monique, can you show me these houses?" And I'm like, "Okay, so what's your budget? How much are you pre-approved for?" And a lot of people are kind of like, I haven't done that, but I just want to look at these houses." But that's when the fun begins. Once you've gotten your finances in order and you're pre-approved, then you can look online. You can go to open houses. We can look together. If you're in my area and you're working with me, we can go and look at homes together. So house hunting, we all know how that works. We all know how that operates. But that's when the fun really begins. Once you done some house hunting online, the next step would be, well, actually, once you find that dream home, the next step would be to put in an offer. So this is where it tends to get a little bit nervous. Remember, I just spoke about the documents and forms. So this is when all those documents and forms come out. So when it comes to writing an offer, you will sit down with your real estate agent and review the contract forms again. And you will go over the contingencies of how you're protected and how you want to avoid ever being in a situation where you could be in default. But overall, you'll be strategizing on how much you should offer. You'll strategize on the type of home inspection you would like, if that's even allowed. You'll also strategize on a number of other things, such as like home warranty, how much you're going to put down earnest money deposit wise, and a number of other things. So let's just say in a perfect world, the seller accepts all your terms, and then you'll move on to the next step, which is to fulfill the contract. So let's backtrack real quickly. When you submit an offer, it's just an offer. Until the seller has signed and agreed with your terms, then it becomes a ratified contract. And then you will fulfill the obligations of the contract, such as conducting a home inspection. In DC, Maryland, Virginia, your home inspection can be anywhere from 3 days to 5 days to 7 to 10. It all depends on what you and your agent comes up with. Once you've done that, you can move on to going ahead to ordering the appraisal. Also, start ordering your homeowner's insurance and a number of other things that the mortgage lender will need from you. Keep in mind, every mortgage lender operates differently. So some of them may order the appraisal right away. Some may wait until after you do the home inspection. It all depends. I say get it all done as soon as possible, because we only have 30 days to fulfill the contract. I know 30 days sounds like a long time, but trust me, once you're in this process, it's not. So let's fast forward and say, you did the home inspection, the appraisal was ordered. While all this happening, also will be working on getting conditionally approved. The conditional approval, you'll be working with your mortgage lender, and the mortgage lender will be collecting a number of documents, more documents from you. Yes, you got pre-approved, but it's not conditionally approved. Typically, it takes about 21 days to get conditionally approved. It can happen sooner, or it could take a little bit longer. It all depends on you and your lender. Once you've gotten conditionally approved, you'll get a letter from the lender saying that you are good to go, because the underwriter has, overlooked your file, and we can submit that over to the seller. And then we will go ahead and conduct either a reinspection. Depends if you would like to do a reinspection, we'll conduct that reinspection. If you don't, then we'll conduct a final walkthrough, and then we'll go to settlement. And that settlement is very easy. I just tell people to have their writing finger ready, because you are signing your life away at this point. You'll sign the title, you'll sign the deed, and you'll sign any of the other documents that's needed from the city or the county to complete in order for you to be the official owner. Once you've done that, then you're handed the keys, and then woo, congratulations, you are now a homeowner. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't too stressful. Hopefully that wasn't too much information for you, but feel free to reach out anytime. I'm going to have more videos going deeper, talking about the different types of home inspections, what an appraisal is, how much you should put down for closing costs or down payment, or just anything, earnest money deposit, all that good stuff. So I'll have more videos that go a little bit deeper and further. Please, like I said, reach out to me anytime. And thank you so much for tuning in. I believe soon it will be on YouTube. So once I have this up and rolling on YouTube, feel free to subscribe at the bottom. Thank you guys again. Hope you have a good day, and happy house hunting.